My 3 children attend a Montessori school, and recently a fellow parent told me of her own bright, engaged, inquisitive son who had attended Montessori for a few years until a job loss in the family forced her to enroll him in a nearby, free, conventional public school. As she picked him up from his new bus stop, day after day, she began to notice something. She said, "I saw the light in his eyes dimming. His flame was extinguishing." She didn't talk about her son's grades at the new school, nor about the teacher qualifications, class size, or extracurricular activities. She didn't talk about how he would compete with China or increase our GDP. She talked about the flame inside him, dimming, extinguishing. To me, the fanning of this inner flame, the inner drive to learn and to develop, is the core contrast between Montessori schools and conventional schools. Conventional schools assume children need incentives for learning. Gold stars, A's, honor roll ribbons, popcorn parties. If they don't respond, they must be dealt punishments, bad grades, trips to the principal's office, etc. Montessori schools assume the opposite. Children do not need to be forced to learn. In fact, children are naturally interested in learning. Take a look at any child prior to kindergarten. They touch everything, pick it up, turn it over, taste it. Prior to setting foot in that first classroom, they've learned how to stand, walk, swim, sing, count, ride a bike, tell stories and jokes and lies. Some can even read. And then these energetic, engaged, accomplished 6-year-olds turn into 12-year-olds who ask, "Are we getting graded on this?" Or, "Is this going to be on the test?" That flame they had at age 6 didn't burn out on its own. We smothered it. In contrast, Montessori schools stoke that flame by promoting hands-on, self-paced, collaborative, challenging, and joyful learning. They encourage divergent thinking instead of convergent thinking, innovation instead of standardization. Montessori does all this with no grades, no tests, no homework. How? Well, out of many reasons, here are 2. Mixed-age classrooms. Montessori classrooms have 3-year age ranges. 3 to 6-year-olds in one class, 6 to 9-year-olds in another, and so on. The age mix allows older students to be leaders, mentors, and to help teach lessons, while younger students have the experience of working with older classmates. The teacher does not stand at the front, delivering the same information to 30 children while trying to keep all of them on the same page. Instead, the teacher moves around the room, working with students, one-on-one or in small groups. The age mix allows a child working on, for example, addition, to sit near another student working on multiplication. Each can see not only what they'll be doing in the near future and where they've been in the past, but why they're learning what they're learning and how it fits into the big picture. Seeing the big picture allows students to take ownership of their learning, a critical element in fostering each child's natural learning desire. Which leads to point 2, grabbing that student's interest while it's hot. A Montessori teacher told me about an 8-year-old girl in her class interested in long division. After demonstrating some examples, the teacher watched the girl create her own simple division problem. But after finding the quotient, the girl added another digit to the dividend, and another, and continued the calculation into the hundreds, thousands, then 10,000s, 100,000s, then millions, billions, trillions. As the calculations began to near the bottom of the page, the teacher, thinking quickly, brought over more paper and some tape. Hours later, when the girl decided she was done, there were so many sheets of paper taped to each other that when the teacher taped the first one to the ceiling, the last one hung all the way to the floor. Children in Montessori follow their interests wherever that passion leads, however quickly it leads them, regardless of what other students in the class are working on. Can you imagine this little girl having any problem whatsoever with calculus in high school when she already does ceiling-to-floor long division problems at age 8? Can you imagine the look in her eyes when her mom picks her up from school? Montessori is the best method of schooling I have found for children to joyfully and effectively learn independence, responsibility, self-discipline, leadership, initiative, strong academics, and a lifetime love of learning. I urge you to visit a Montessori classroom to see for yourself. Sit in a class for 30 minutes. See the light in the children's eyes.
What is the best education system for the future of our children? Where can I get the best education for my children? When they grow up, will they be a good person and a good Muslim? These are some of the concerns parents have, especially for those with small children. These are also the same questions my wife and I had. From there, the idea of opening a holistic education institute using the Montessori method came to life with Brainy Bunch. The main mission of Brainy Bunch is to train and nurture 1 million children who are obedient to the commandments of Allah and practices the sunnah of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There are 5 main things that are nurtured in students of Brainy Bunch. Love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, love of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, love to parents, love of the heaven, love of the ummah. A school that uses the Montessori method is different from a school that uses a traditional method. The Montessori method believes that children do not need to be forced to learn, and this system of education is very fun. With that, students are always motivated to learn. This concept is very suitable with the fitrah of a child which yearns for a positive environment in teaching and learning. Through this method, the potential of a child can be developed and their self-confidence can be improved. Each class has only 15 children. This is to ensure that teachers can give their full attention to students during the teaching and learning session in class. The Montessori method combines 3 age groups in one class, which are 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, until 9-year-olds and beyond. This concept allows all the students to lead and mentor the younger ones. The use of English as a language of instruction during the process of teaching and learning in school is a decision made to master the current world language. We do not give the title teacher, but we use the title auntie and uncle at Brainy Bunch because teachers are a part of our family. The best of man is the one most beneficial to others, a hadith narrated by Muslim. At Brainy Bunch, we believe that each child has a big potential to become someone successful and useful in the future. As parents who love and care for their children's education, we have to find a method and a school that is the best for our children. With a complete education, inshallah, we will be able to produce children who want to be as great as Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Umar al-Khattab, and Abdul Rahman bin Auf, who used their wealth for Islam and the Ummah. Let's all change for our children's future. Give them a chance to become a preacher of Allah, continuing the work of the prophets, calling people to obey Allah and follow the way of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam through the guidance of the Sahaba and the Salihin. Give the best to your children. Register now at www.brainybunch.com/register.
Assalamualaikum. Baik, Afia, Alhamdulillah Afia belajar di Brainy Bunch dari umur dia 4 tahun dan sekarang ni dia 5 tahun. Alhamdulillah perkembangan Afia saya lihat memang saya dapat lihat yang dia sudah pun menghafaz beberapa ayat. Ya.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alladzina amanu bi ayatina wa kanu muslimin. You believe in our verses and were Muslim. Udhulul jannata antum wa azwajukum tuhbarun. Enter paradise, you and your kinds be lighted. Yutafu alaihim bisihafil in zahabil wa akwab. Ma fiha ma tashtahi ampusu wa taladzul a'yun. Walantum fiha khalidun.
So Afia, Alhamdulillah saya tengok perkembangan dia sangat baik. Dari segi hafazan dan juga aktiviti yang dia buat pun di rumah, apa yang dia belajar di sekolah, dia akan cerita pada saya. Okay. Wow. Afia juga berkongsi dengan saya pengetahuan atau apa orang kata, ilmu-ilmu yang didapat di sekolah. Contoh, kalau saya menggunakan tisu dengan banyak, dia kata, ibu jangan gunakan tisu. Macam mana Afia cakap kat ibu? Don't
waste our tissue. Orang will cut our trees. And we cannot breathe.
Okay, so diingat apa yang teacher dia ajar. And then pergaulan dia juga bagus. Genius, okay. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. So, terima kasih Brainy Bunch. Afia nak cakap apa?
Saya kawan-kawan untuk Brainy Bunch.
Okay, terima kasih Brainy Bunch.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to our first Brainy Bunch virtual open day. We appreciate your presence tonight. For those who are watching us tonight, I would like you to share this posting with your friends. And during this session, we will provide insights into what Brainy Bunch offers in terms of what kind of Montessori approach that we practice in Brainy Bunch. We kindly request everyone to stay until the end of this live today. Inshallah, we will make some announcement on the updates regarding the confirmation of new campuses, inshallah. And without further ado, I think let's welcome our speaker for today. Together with me is our founder and also president of Malacca Eco, founder of Brainy Bunch, Coach Muhammad Fadzil Hashim. Please welcome.
You get my voice now. All right. Okay. No wonder I've been talking alone. All right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Aunty Mawar, for the introduction. So I will hand over to you soon after the first sharing, inshallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma'alamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Let us praise Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for the blessing for us to be here tonight. Although we meet virtually, I wish that I can meet all the either prospective parents or even our existing parents. I think will be joining or will be watching this video later. I mean, I do hope that we can meet up in a face-to-face session. But today, inshallah, we'll try to use the online platform to explain a little bit about what Brainy Bunch all about, what the fuss about Brainy Bunch, why. I know that we are not that big as compared to some other brand, but we are probably the largest international Islamic Montessori school in Malaysia. We will explain a little bit on the purpose why we started, all the journey. What motivate us 13 years ago to start a brand that is now currently with a presence in Southeast Asia. We have campuses in Singapore, in Brunei, in Indonesia, in Turkey, Istanbul, in Bangladesh, which is the latest campus. And of course, we also have our Gaza campus, although now, let's take the opportunity to make a special prayer, dua for our brothers and sisters in Gaza who are now being tested. I think we lost, last communication was about 3 days ago. So now we didn't get a reply yet. We still need dua that all our brothers, sisters in Gaza, the entire Gaza brothers and sisters are safe. But the last message that we got from them, the situation is very, very bad. No water, no power, no internet, no food, and of course, we can only pray. Prayer is very, very important at this current moment. And I want to take the opportunity also to invite everyone who are watching to come and join us at Malacca Mall on 11 November. If you are around in Klang Valley, come and join. We have a March for Gaza to get the updated news and also to show support to our brothers and sisters over there. Anyway, for today's session, inshallah, for my slot, I'm going to do a quick introduction to the Brainy Bunch system. So I will use my slide. Hold on. Let me just connect you to share screen, virtual open day. All right. Can you see my slide? Present. Can you see my slide? No. Can someone help me to bring up my slide? I already shared the slide. Okay. All right. So, Brainy Bunch, your preferred preschool, inshallah. Hopefully, after this session, you're going to choose Brainy Bunch because you will understand more what you and your child will benefit when you choose Brainy Bunch as your children preschool, inshallah. All right. Let me try first. Okay. Of course, the journey started. I will just go through like very, very fast on how we started. 13 years ago, actually, we started the journey of Brainy Bunch. Before Brainy Bunch, everything changed when I and my wife, become a parents. When we start to have our first child, everything changed in our life. And the reason why we created Brainy Bunch is we could not find school that we believe can address the unique abilities of our own children. So most of the education systems that is available, even the big brand in Malaysia, are mostly not catering to the individual learning abilities that our children have. You know, your children, your child is unique. So we believe that education should be custom and tailored based on the children abilities, children pace, pace and pace. So almost the same but different meaning, right? And most of the current education system does not cater to the unique learning style and the unique abilities of all children. So as a result, that most children, they feel disengaged, they get frustrated easily, and even worse when they felt that they are left behind in the classroom, because you know, in the typical classroom setup where the teachers teach according to a class based system, every children will be learning the same thing, even though they could not understand. Next day or a day after that, they will just continue on the new subject without addressing the gap that they already building. Because everybody learn the same, they expect you, if let's say your child is 4 years old, so they expect that every 4 years old should be able to absorb like in the same pace. So I think this is one of the major differences between Brainy Bunch and other systems. So this is I think the biggest motivation factor that I have as a parent. And like I said, and whenever I speak to any of Brainy Bunch event, I will always position myself as a parent. You know, I have 5 kids of my own, alhamdulillah. But we know that children are unique, and the elders, the number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, everybody have their own unique capabilities, and also unique and different ways of learning. This is one of the major reasons why we created Brainy Bunch. And this is just to summarize, although it's more, but this is the main point on what is the problem that we see in the current. Of course, in today's session, we're focusing on the preschool systems. So as I mentioned that, this earlier, that children are learning in the same pace regardless of abilities. So like I said, the current system mostly assume that children should be able to learn at the same pace, which is in true fact, they are not. You know, in majority of them are not at the same pace and not at the same pace. Not to say that one child is brainier or smarter or less smart. No, it's not. It's just that they take different pace of learning. All right. And then this second one is children are forced to learn and group by age. So this is also one of the, I would say, weaknesses in the current preschool system, in the typical preschool system, where they are grouped according to age, and everybody are forced in a way. Although, I mean, I'm just trying to highlight the way that a typical preschool system teach is, they are supposed to learn the same thing at the same class, regardless whether they are already, or they already understand the previous lesson or not. Like let's say today is lesson 1, tomorrow lesson 2. So regardless whether they understand lesson 1, they will just proceed to lesson 2. So this will build the gap of their mastery bigger and bigger and bigger. And of course, number 3 is children have to sit and listen to a teacher, which is against their fitrah. You know, children don't do that, right? At our home, at our own house, our children, they will always move. They don't stay in one area. You know, I mean, of course, children can listen, but that's not how they learn. They learn mostly through play, through indirect learning, you know, or of course, a lot of system today they adopted the play-based learning, but for most preschool systems, the children have to like literally sit and listen. Teacher in front of the classroom, and then the children just sit on their own table and chairs. And number four, children have to compete with each other. So everybody will be comparing like how fast your child read. What's the mark, what's the progress, why this child is like this, why this child can do like this, so this is still typical in the current unfortunately in the current modern world. People are still comparing their one child to another child, or their cousins and so on, so this is basically, I would say, a big problem, because it's not how the children should be treated, how the children should be learning. And of course, number five, children are pressured, children pressured to and rush to read. So basically, if you are a non-reader, so you consider your child, some of you may think that way. And of course, we are using this opportunity to explain to the parents, reading is a basic life skill. Some children get there faster, some children get there a bit later, but it doesn't disrupt their abilities to become a better student. We visited a school in Japan. So in Japan, like literally, kindergarten doesn't even learn how to read. They just go to kindergarten and play only. The one that we visited a few schools, one Montessori school, and then their government school. So they like kindergarten, like literally play. And there is a research which state that the longer the children become children, like they maintain being children, meaning playful and so on, the genius that they will become. I use the word, the brainier that they can become. Inshallah. All right. So since this is all the preschool system, the current problem in the current preschool system, so what is the best approach for our children? And this is what we believe why Brainy Bunch is the best option for you. I think that we are already an Islamic school, right? So means when we started, it's very easy to explain to parents. Islamic, Montessori, English. So this is the main pillars of Brainy Bunch. When we first started, of course, we have expanded that to our own system after that, but still the core, what makes Brainy Bunch differ than others, the core is we are an Islamic school. So Islam is being taught as a practice. So children, just now when you saw Datuk Siti Noaliza daughter, right, where she learned to memorize surah. So they don't just memorize surah, memorize surah with the excerpt of the Quran and the translation verse by verse, so which is not easy. You recite the surah and then the translation, and then you go back to reciting the surah, which is very, very challenging for us lah. But for children, when they are trained, it's quite easy. The three pillars, the Islamic, the Montessori approach. I know some of you may not understand what Montessori all about. The Montessori Madness, the video that we showed you earlier, so they give you a glimpse on what is Montessori all about. So you need to know what is the Montessori all about. It's 100 proven years methodology that being used in basically premium and I would say good school in the world. Later I show you all the successful so-called leaders in the world that went to a Montessori school. All right, but this is the main, although it's more than this, but just to give you the comparison why we believe that Brainy Bunch is the best preschool for your children. So number one is the mixed age classroom. So I'm not gonna go and detail out how we do that, because Aunty Mawar, of course, in Brainy Bunch we call our teachers Aunty. Mawar started with us before we started Brainy Bunch. We bought over a kindergarten in Kajang, and we turned it into our own brand, Brainy Bunch, in 2010. We bought the kindergarten in 2008. So Mawar joined us, I think, 2009. Somewhere 2009, before we even started Brainy Bunch. And alhamdulillah, she have grown. Now she's the CEO for our entire preschool. So anything to do with the entire operation of Brainy Bunch. So Aunty Mawar, we don't call our teachers because we believe that we are the extended family of your children. So that's why they call aunties or auntie or uncle. Or like me, Uncle Fadzil lah. But we do have male teachers where we call uncles. Not many, but we do have some male teachers. We are among the earliest preschool that offer and accepted a male teacher as a kindergarten teacher. All right. So again, the summary why Brainy Bunch is the best. Number one, mixed age classroom versus the age-based classroom. So in Brainy Bunch, children are grouped in the mixed age classroom, 2 and 3 years old in one class, 4 to 6 years old in one class. And in fact, we, for your information, we also have our international school, right? So our elementary program also still in the mixed age classroom at the elementary level, which is 7 to 9. And then we have 10 to 12, 10 to 11 also in one class. Second is the child-centered learning versus teacher-centered learning. So meaning when the children learn, they learn either in a small group or one-to-one, where the teachers go around the class by group or individually, as opposed to the typical preschool education system where the teachers stand in front, everybody listen to them. So this means regardless whether your child is a reserved, introvert or extrovert, everybody will get the chance to get the personal moment with the teacher. So means as compared to the teacher-centered learning, normally introvert children will just not say anything, right? Ask question, the same extrovert student who we raise the hand, those kind of things. But in our school, every children will get that individual attention with their aunties or uncle. Number three, the individualized learning versus the classroom-based learning, where the children actually in our Brainy Bunch system, they progress according to their own pace. So every children will be given their own set of tasks or goal for them to achieve according to their abilities. Of course, we still have, I would say, encouragement by the teachers to hit certain target by quarter and so on. We do have that system, but the children still will progress according to their individual capabilities. So they are not pressured. Of course, we do have the element of coaching them to motivate them so that they can progress accordingly. But some children may take longer in certain areas. Some children may do it faster, which is okay, which is completely fine. And one of the best way for this individualized learning system is when the children left, like did not manage to come to classroom, to school for whatever reason, maybe sick, maybe traveling. We have a lot of parents who are traveling all the time. And when they come to school, they are not left behind because it's classroom-based learning. They're gonna skip like 1 week is gone already. How to cover the gap of 1 week class? For us, doesn't have to be worried. In fact, the beautiful thing about our system is you can even move your children to any of our branches. Sometimes like we have parents who live in KL, but their hometown is in Kelantan, for instance. Then suddenly the mom get pregnant and wanted to deliver at their hometown in Kelantan. So they can actually apply the campus to be transferred to Kelantan temporarily, like 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months. Then the child can just move to Brainy Bunch because we own the entire campuses. We don't have a franchise-based system in Brainy Bunch. So it's very, very easy. And then because of their learning is not dependent on the classroom, it's individual, right? So they can just take their file and then continue from where they stop. And then the play-based learning versus mostly book-based or class-based, so in Brainy Bunch, we use the Montessori apparatus. I mean, for those who are not familiar with Montessori apparatus, just like learning aid, So they learn every single little things. They have the object, they have the picture card, they have the tools for them to learn self-correcting materials where most of the time they actually learn on their own. Aunty Mawar will explain you further on this. And number 5, the graded phonetic system. So I know a lot of parents thought that sending children to Brainy Bunch means they're not going to be able to read that fast as compared to other systems. So of course, children using the rote memory system is faster, right? They can, because children can memorize very easy. But the challenge with the rote memory based system is the exposure to the vocabulary is very limited. So that's why most of Brainy Bunch students, they can speak generally better English because they have more vocabs. I think most of us in Malaysia, the challenge for us to be able to speak in English is because we are not exposed to a lot of vocab, not exposed to a lot of words. So for the graded phonetic system, again, Aunty Mawar will explain in details on this. The children will learn the skill of reading instead of just memorize the books. So normally the rote memory based system is they're going to read repetitively same book over and over again until they memorize the word structure, and then later they use it to start reading similar books. So for us, we don't even teach ABC. I think we surprised, my children after 2 years don't know ABC. Of course they don't know ABC because we don't teach them ABC. We don't even sing the song ABC song. Normally we don't do that because we teach them sounding, the sound of the letter. So the sound of the letters. So basically they learn ABC, but not the way that we learn ABC lah. They learn ABC, the sound of is kan. So the sound of is for apple, kan. A for apple. So they learn the sound of the letters instead of just the ABC, because if they learn ABC, they cannot spell with the letters. But when they learn the sound of the letters, they can actually spell according to the sound. Of course, after sound, they learn the connecting letters to form words, and then they learn the 3 letters, 4 letters, and of course you're gonna get more details on this from Aunty Mawar, inshallah. And number 6, of course, the children learn in Brainy Bunch is we are using a continuous assessment. Just I think today someone posted, say I mentioned that we don't have exams, so I'm against no exam policy. Of course, why we don't need exam? Because we have a continuous assessment. In fact, it's a daily assessment. So your child will be assessed on daily basis. So that's why our aunties, they know in and out about your children. I think most mistakes that we have normally with parents is because of the communication between the teachers and the parents are not that strong. So the parents do not know about the child progress. So, but if you go and ask any of Brainy Bunch teachers, they should be able to tell your child progress by heart, because we have a daily assessment by subject, by area, where they need to update the assessment sheet like literally almost every day. Most of the time it's almost every day. So that's why I think this 6th point will be one of the key salient point why we say that Brainy Bunch is the best system for your children. All right, so this is just to give you more motivation why choose Montessori system, right? Some of the list of successful Montessori students, Larry Page, Jeff Bezos, Will Wright. Maybe some of like Will Wright, maybe you don't even know, but he is the creator of The Sims. So we know The Sims, right? We don't know Will Wright. Of course, we know Jeff Bezos. We know Larry Page. So I mean, both of them, like Larry and Sergey, which is the founder of Google, were asked about why. I mean, how are they able to think that the idea of Google being creative and all? Both of them answered that probably because we went to Montessori school. So you can check out the videos on YouTube. And of course, the Jeff Bezos. So one of the things, the key traits of being a Montessori students or children is we train them to be able to be very independent. So I think if you see all these quotes or notes from all these so-called successful Montessori students, so you're going to find the similar attributes to Montessori students. So we have like George Clooney, Taylor Swift. I'm not promoting them. I'm just saying that this is among people who went to a Montessori school and actually mentioned that Montessori contribute to what they become in the later stage of their life. All right. Beyonce, even Peter Drucker. For those who learn management, you will definitely come across to Peter Drucker book, the management consultant, educator, and author. So he's like considered the father of modern management and also a Montessori student. Catherine Graham is former publisher of the Washington Post, so also the same thing. And then you have all these, probably we never heard of them, but this is among the educators and thought leaders who are actually successful Montessori students as well. So just to give you more motivations. All right, so with this, our main mission for Brainy Bunch is to work with parents. Although we know, in today's world, parents are too busy. Both parents are working. So normally now we have I think almost 70%, I think more, 70+%. Most parents, they drop their children in the morning, they pick up after they come back from work, right? So when they go back, they are just too tired to do anything else regards to the children development, learning, and so on. So we take that responsibility from the parents. We try to prepare them a safe environment where they learn without being pressured. So some who don't understand say, how can you put your child to a school from morning 7:30 to 7 p.m.? It's impossible. So that's why we are not just a school. We are like your extended home, so where the children activities is not, doesn't pressure them to learn. When they go to school, it's like playing for them. There's a lot of activities that they do in the school. Of course, for your information, we also have a Lego education program instilled in our school. And all children, after the structured curriculum program, where they have the Montessori lesson, they will also have time for them to play Lego and so on. So it's really like a home, but with a structured, prepared environment for them to learn. And of course, mission is to teach, coach, and help our children to be the best version of themselves. So that's the key. The key is not to fight with others, compete with other children, but to build and help them to be the best of themselves. So that inshallah, with the aim to achieve success in dunya and akhirah. Using what? Our system called Brainy Bunch, Islamic Montessori Spice Education System. And after they left Brainy Bunch, we have this free program to all our alumni. Means if your child graduate at the age of 6, meaning they finish our kindergarten, they automatically become our member of Brainy Bunch alumni, which entitle them to be assisted under the Brainy Bunch Alumni Development Program. So I think this is new. Not new in Brainy Bunch, but it's new to most parents because they didn't know that, wow, even kindergarten have a alumni development program. In fact, most of other alumni program, there's no development, it's just alumni only, right? But for us, because we believe your child have the potential to do more than what we can, so that's why we want, Brainy Bunch. I keep saying over and over again that Brainy Bunch is not just a preschool, it's not just a brand, it's not just a school. It is a project to raise the next generation, the new generation, which is our children, to be the best version of themselves, to create a better world. Like the problem of our Muslim Ummah today, for almost 100 years, we have not recovered. We have not been able to recover after the fall of the Ottoman Empire. So our Brainy Bunch children aim to be the best and work together to build a better future for Islam. So I think this is the biggest mission that we have, inshallah. And of course, to give you an overall and summarize ideas, and I think for every parents, you need to understand this: be the best you. So this is what we have to understand, that our children should be working to improve themselves and learn to be the best version of themselves. So that's so that you don't have to even worry like comparing one siblings to another, because they are different, they are unique. So you have to help them to be their best version. Of course, inshallah, with Brainy Bunch, as you know that we have now campuses all over the world. Inshallah, we're also in the midst of setting up our campuses yeah, in Europe, in America, in all the non-Muslim nation as well. We already have campuses in Singapore, for your informations, for I think 8 years, 9 years already, almost. All right, so running through our Brainy method. So, to get the children to be able to aim and to strive for the success of both worlds. So this is the methodology that we adapt. So cultivating the why, the intention. Before we have the intention, so we need to get them to understand the big why. What happened and so on. Of course, this at the younger age, children are just receiving, right? We give them, they just accept only. So that's why this part is basically helping the parents to understand. But as our children progress to become older children, and especially when they are in the alumni program, so we're gonna recap this back so that they understand this is the methodology for them to set in their life to be the best version of themselves. So we need to cultivate the intention, because there's a wrong perceptions that that a lot of us understand that you are Muslim, you must want to obey Allah and follow the Prophet. Yes, I agree that we must, but we need to cultivate the intention, to the degree of wanting to obey, and why do I want to obey. So we need to cultivate that. Why? The reward, the success formula. We need to give that a lot of motivations for our children so that they want to. It's not they have to. Although we say that you have to, yes, of course, as a Muslim you have to, but we want for them to have the level of intention. I want to, because when you want, you will do whatever you need to, because you want it. But you have to, sometimes you don't do it lah. Like for instance, you want to be healthy, you don't eat junk food. So if I have to be healthy, versus I want to be healthy. So if I really want, inshallah, okay. But if I don't want, I want to eat the junk food, then it's very difficult to change. Even though your health condition requires you to change your diet, but because you don't want to change, it's very difficult. So this is the after setting up the intention, then we set the goal. What is the goal? And then what is the practice target that we have? And then what is the impact that we want our children to provide, or to affect the community, the ummah, and so on. So like I said, at the kindergarten level, this is more of a parents to understand. As they grow older, then this is the framework that we must teach our children, inshallah. Right? I think I'm taking too much of the time. So we just skip through. So the Brainy Bunch Spice, so like I said, when we started, it's only Islamic, English, and Montessori. But we have actually expanded and created our own curriculum framework called Brainy Spice, where the spiritual growth, physical wellness, intellectual and financial, creative and development, emotional and life skills. So there's a detailed curriculum inside all these categories. And 7 M's, mostly the skills, the learning skill that we are teaching in our kindergarten. Of course, we use M's because is in bahasa, membaca, menulis, mengira, menghafaz, mengajar, menakul, mandiri. So, but if you go and check it in English, it's also reading, writing, counting, memorizing, teaching, critical thinking, independent. And all this is already embedded in the whole Brainy Bunch system. So you don't have to take this from different, send this area for for enhancement learning to tuition centers. Don't send your children to tuition center. I know some of you have challenged like, oh, I want my children to progress this. Just talk to your children, just talk to your teachers, because we have the systems in our school that can cater whatever that their needs, at least in the first 6 years. Of course, when they go to high school, then okay lah for you to consider other. But for specific classes like dancing lah, acting, that's okay, no problem. But for the first 6 years of education, inshallah, our system should be enough to cater whatever needs that your children have, inshallah. The Brainy Bunch Alumni Program, development program, as I mentioned earlier. So we have a mentorship, counseling, networking, coaching, training, and support program. Mostly are free. We are actually currently developing a free diploma in Islamic studies for our alumni students. After 15 years old, they can enroll into this diploma program for free. Of course, virtually, online. Inshallah, we will be launching this next year. So your child will also be able, even though they didn't continue in our international school, they still can get this diploma in Islamic studies, so that their Islamic knowledge and practice is based on authentic knowledge. Not just a typical school Islamic education knowledge, which is not that detailed, or which is not that deep enough for them to be a strong practicing Muslim. So this is one of the development program that we plan for our alumni. As you know, our alumni now is already all over the world. Alhamdulillah, I think based on our database, we have over 20,000 alumni all over the world, mostly from Malaysia, but we already have alumni from Singapore, from Indonesia, from Gaza, and from Turkey. Not many yet because it's still small over there, but some of them already travel, right? Some from Indonesia, already in Belgium, in UK, in Japan. So we have everywhere now. So of course, when your children later, perhaps maybe one of your students gonna study, one of your child gonna study in overseas, so they can check out the alumni of Brainy Bunch. Then inshallah, our student might be able to help you, to help your child later when they go to the particular country, inshallah. All right. So this is just to give you the overview of the roadmap. So if you choose to further your study to Brainy Bunch International School, you have a different roadmap. But for our kindergarten children, so you can join us at the, of course, enroll either at the preschool age 1.5 years to 3 years old, or preschool age 4 to 6, graduate at the age of 6, and become our alumni until, actually not 6 years old, you can still become our alumni forever. But just to point you, like, so we have the BB alumni program that we are going to use it to help your children, inshallah. All right, so okay, I think I'm done, Aunty Mawar. I can hand over back to Aunty Mawar, and of course, if you have any questions, you can actually ask me or ask Aunty Mawar in the comment. You can comment. Please make sure that you share this session, and thank you, Puan Yasmin, and all the parents who are still watching. So if you have any questions specifically you want me to answer, you can actually type at the comment section, and we will get back to the Q&A later. So I hand over to Aunty Mawar to continue. Inshallah, we'll speak again and we'll meet again either virtually or face-to-face, inshallah. Over to you, Aunty Mawar.
Thank you, Coach Fadzil. I think we okay. All right. Everyone can hear my voice, because I cannot see. Okay. Because it's already 9:20. I hope everyone still watching this live. And inshallah, for my session, because I think Coach Fadzil has explained from the vision and what Brainy Bunch offer, and how the system works. So I think on my from my session, I would like to focus on the points that boss. I usually call Coach Fadzil boss, so I'm not used to call him Coach Fadzil. Please forgive me. So I think we can straightforward share the slides with all the viewers. I think I would like to focus on the what makes us different from other kindergarten, because just now Coach Fazil has explained a few points that I think I would like to touch. Uh, 4 topics. I think I would like to explain detail in terms of how and how we do or what we do in Brainy Bunch. Just now, number 1 point is mixed age classroom. I think we've been promoting, and in fact, everyone can see on our websites and also in our flyers, we are promoting saying that we're offering mixed age classroom. What do you understand by mixed age classroom? Because I think some parents ask me how you divide the task, how you divide activity when you have a mixture of age in one group. So for your information, a Brainy Bunch classroom, in one classroom, especially for children aged 4 to 6 years old, we have about 15 students. So one teacher ratio 15 students, right? Okay, mixed age classroom. The best part when we have a mixed age in a class, one class, normally the younger children will learn better from the older children. As you know that in one class, when we have a 15 students, normally we practice to choose a leader. At first, when during the early of the month of the school academic, normally we will uh, appoint a leader from our students so that they can assist our younger children, especially. So when we have a leader in our classroom, especially from the older children, so whatever, the maturity is different, right? When you are 5 years old and 6 years old children, you I think you learn a lot of things, maybe more than younger children. So when they see what you do, it's actually motivate them to do more, because as you know that in a class they are doing a different activity based on their, following their pace and following their capabilities. So this makes the younger children wants to do extra, or want to complete the task faster, so that they can reach whatever that the older children do. Okay. Number two, the older children normally they will learn the responsibility, because they will take care of their younger children. Because I know some parents will ask, because we don't want the big children, when they see a small children in the class, maybe they get bullied or something like that. But I don't see that as a bully, meaning that what we do, what we practice, or what we teach our children, that the older children must take care of the younger children. That is what we teach our children in Brainy Bunch. And also, when they become a brother or the elder in the classroom, we have students who can read, who can do mathematics, they can learn, they know the numbers. Normally we compare, because when they are doing activity, they are sitting nearby, they are doing activity side by side. So sometimes the older children can teach the younger children, especially when they do a language. When they do sounding, they know they can read the 3-letter words, or they can read faster than the younger students. So what they do, when they see the younger, still learning doing phonics, so they will just doing sounding, they will just help them, okay, this is b. So whenever they hear that the child is trying to sound every letters, some older children will help them. Okay, so this is the best part when we have a mixed age children in one class. And also and based on the activity, like we mentioned about individualized learning, um, because we know that every children are unique, and they own capabilities, or they learn from different ways. Some of them learning through visual. They understand more through the visual, whatever that they see. Some of them learn from the auditory, and some of them learn more or understand more when they use their hands. When they come to activity on hands-on activity, they will understand more. Okay, that's why I say the children learning unique. When they are doing a different thing, some children will, for example, in exercises or practical life, we are focusing in this subject. Normally, they learn how to develop their concentration, their coordination, their hand and eye focus, the discipline, the order. So some of them, because the apparatus itself, the tools that we have in our campus, the Montessori tools, actually come when they do the activity, there is a process. When they try to do the pouring, they understand or how to take the spoon, how to make sure that they pour something into the bowl. Same goes to when they learn the sensorial subject. When they touch or feel something, or when they see something, they will understand. The materials itself are telling them, okay, what is this, what is that? Then they will understand based on what they prefer to. Okay, some of them, when they touch, they know, oh, this is small compared to this thing that they hold is bigger than the small one, something like that. So, and also some of them are learning from the visual. When they see, they can see the difference already. They know the difference of the knob. When they see the knob is big and this another knob is small, they know already the comparison. Or this is small, this is big. Right, so that's why I said the Montessori tools itself actually give them understanding. That's how they learn, because some children maybe they pick up more on the auditory, but you must understand that teachers, this is not a teacher's oriented, meaning that teacher is just a guide. So when the teachers are doing the activity with the child, like they are checking the child doing the activities, how will they know whether the child understand the lesson or not? This is where they practice the 3-period lesson. 3-period lesson is good. 3-period lesson is good for our children who learn more on the auditory. They listen. Number one, we show to them first. It's just to show, to name, to explain the nouns. What is this? And then teacher will say the word, and then the children will listen. Okay, this is blue, blue. So from there, how we want to make sure whether the child master or understand, we ask them back to reconfirm, right? So which one is blue? What is this? So that's where the children tell us, okay, this is blue or blue. So that's why in Brainy Bunch, we are not just focusing. We are not just classroom based where the teachers stand in front and teaching the same thing. Because in Brainy Bunch itself, we have the daily assessment sheet where the teachers will give the activity based on the children pace, the capabilities of the children. Normally, in classroom setup, we have arranged our apparatus or our materials, learning materials based on from beginner or the easy part until the advanced. So maybe we can share the video that we have in terms of, is just to show the parents how we practice, or how the teachers assign or give a task to our children. Maybe we can show the video, but so as you can see here, the teacher, this is the in the uh, cultural where the teacher teach the children vocabs to understand. And you can see some children are doing writing, so some children will do apparatus, because maybe some of them, like say this one is in language area, where the children the process is they will learn the sounding first, and then after that they will learn the three letter words. Then I will explain more on the graded phonetic after this. From the video that you see or you watched just now, we can see we give them, let's say in the a language area. So if the child is still doing sounding, they will do the sounding activity. And if the child is try to or in terms of to drill their writing, the teachers will continue to give them the exercise book. Like in Brainy Bunch, we don't focus on the book first. I think Coach Fadzil just mentioned just now. Graded phonetic system, how we teach our children in graded phonetic system. Like I said just now earlier, the children will learn the sounding first, because we introduce the letters to our children, but we don't teach them A, B, C straight away. We want them to learn to understand the sound first. So we introduce the sounding from the early the alphabet fun songs, or any phonetic song. We never introduce them straight A, B, C, D. Okay, so and at the same time, once they complete the sounding, we or mastered the sounding, we teach them how to blend the sounds, which is the syllabication. For example, once they master the sounding, they know the sound of B is B, B, and how to blend the sound when they want to reach the pink letter, the three letter words. So before they learn the three letter words, they will introduce to syllabication first. All right, after the syllabication, because I want to focus on the graded phonetics so that you understand that in Brainy Bunch, this is how we teach, because we don't straight away give them the books, because we want them to understand and learn using their minds how to blend sounds. That's why we teach them the sounding, the phonetics first. So after that, after the syllabication, they will continue to learn the three letter words. This is the longest period, meaning that it will take some time for children to master ping, because they are still learning or still memorizing the sound, still trying to blend, how to combine the word. So that's why I said normally we experience this. The children will take some time in the ping series. So in the ping series itself, so I said we don't straight away introduce the books. So actually they learn a lot of vocabs when they using the ping series, especially I think it's about 400 plus. They actually learn or read about like 448 words. That is that is ping series only, the three letter words. Okay, so after they master the three letter words, when they know how to blend some bag, egg, bag, app, cap, that's how they read. Maybe some of them, when you parents test them at home, maybe they still don't know how to blend it, they don't know how to combine the word. They will read p or t, pot. but they still can pronounce the word because they know or they mastered the sounding already. It's just that when they read, they like to sound it first, or they like to read. They like to call one by one. Per, or, te, pot. Per, per, pub. Maybe they will start with that first, but be patient, because once they are ready, they are comfortable to read straight away. Normally, when they reach the word list, the auntie normally will try to correct them, or not really correct. They will just give them the motivation, like, okay, after this, maybe you can straight away read pub, pot. So it will take some time. Maybe because it's about practice, right? So some children still, even though when they reach blue series, they still love to do the sounding. They like to sound it first before they blend or they combine and read it as a word. So maybe we can show the blue series. In terms of the blue series, they will learn four letter, the phonetic words, how to blend the sound. Like say, I guess you can see in our slide how they learn how to blend it. Maybe some children will read it as they know the sound of i, skip. They will read like that. I experienced this before. I think 10 years ago, because I don't teach anymore after 5 years, but I teach sometimes I visit the campus and I do some assessment. Some children, they will try to sound it first, slug. They will sound like that, but the teacher will correct them. The teacher will say, okay, after this you can read slug. So this is in blue series. So what in blue series itself, we have about 480 plus words. So you just imagine, compared to, we just give them the books. So from here also, they are introduced to about 484 words in blue series. So after blue series, I think green series, normally the children can start read. They don't do sounding anymore. They can straight away blend the sound. So in green series, they will learn digraphs and diphthongs, where there are two combination of a vowel. So from here, normally in Brainy Bunch, they will match the picture and they will do the spelling. This is where they learn how to spell the words from the video that we show earlier. Because in language, the children learn how to construct words. They don't straight away read the letter. So they listen and they use their minds to construct according to the sound of the letter. So this is our graded phonetic system. All right. So we go to the next slide. I think the individualized learning. Okay. Oh, we go back to the another slide just now. Independent learning, sorry, because I choose four main points first, because if we want to cover everything, I don't think we have enough time. But inshallah, we will continue to do this regularly every week. Maybe we can introduce, we can share a lot of about Montessori subject or Montessori approach, and we can invite other speaker, especially Aunty Karisma. She is the expert, and she can explain more on the subject. But for my session tonight, I will just choose these four main points that I would like parents to understand, that every children is actually they learn independently, okay, because they will do or they will continue to do the apparatus on their own. The teacher is just a guide, like I said earlier. The teachers just show to them how to do it, then the children will continue to do it. All right, based from whatever that they see and how they understand the process goes. All right, so the teachers just sit there and just watch the children to understand, to do the process. It's actually based from the process too. The children will learn every step. They will learn. Number one, why I must put this thing here. Number two, why this thing cannot fit in here. They will think. There is where critical thinking is coming. They have to be creative. They have to think how to make sure this puzzle is fit in this template. So they must understand that why this knob cylinder or it's not fit in this hole, or they must understand that let's say for example in mathematics, especially in mathematics, we know that in Montessori, in Brainy Bunch itself, we teach our children um, to learn to differentiate or understand the quantity first before they start recognizing the numerals, which is the numbers. So when the children learn the quantity normally from the apparatus that we provide, they understand how many is one, how many is two, and how many is three, and even they learn the concept of zero from the apparatus itself. When they see in the box, in the spindle box that we call, when they see nothing, there's no sticks in there, meaning that nothing, zero. That's where they learn the zero concept. Okay. I think the next one is just now we want to show the adab before knowledge. And in Brainy Bunch, we would like to highlight this every year, first month, especially in January. We will introduce ground rules to our children, where the children will learn how to make sure that before they are introduced to the apparatus, they must know how to use it first, or they must know how to keep the apparatus, or they must know how to take the apparatus. Number two, they will learn to get familiar with the classroom setup, because as you know that in Brainy Bunch, we don't have a the classroom is actually like open classroom. We divide it according to the area. We have language area, mathematics area. So we need to teach them first how to contain them in open area. It's not easy. If let's say we have a room, it's easy. We just get them in a room and then they can just stay at their own table. We can just continue our lesson. But in Brainy Bunch, because we need to teach our children using the materials, so ground rules is very important for our children. So this one maybe we can touch and discuss a detail for our next session. So I think we reaching at 9:45, correct? So 9:50, I think we are taking we supposed to end 9:30. Our session should be like 1 hour only. So before I end, I would like to just give some introduction. This is how we operate, because you be asking like how we manage our campuses. As you know that Brainy Bunch, we are single operator, everything is managed by HQ, which is under me. Especially we have our CEO, Puan Alpha, and every division manager, as you can see here, they will handle campuses or a few campuses under them. Some of them will handle about 8 to 10 campuses. So how we operate, that division manager will continue to visit the campus and to make sure the standard, or to make sure in terms of children's development and teachers developments based on what we have put as a standard to be followed, as we provide the guideline to our teachers. Okay. For out of town, also every division manager will handle their own region. And it's just the quick one. This is how we manage our campus. Normally, a campus manager will report to division manager. So any concern or anything that you want to ask, or maybe after this session, if if you are the existing parents, you can always contact your division manager if you want to ask further about your children progress or anything that you want to highlight. All right. Okay. So for international, we have our senior division manager, Puan Azira. Before this, she just handles Indonesia, Singapore, but now she's taking more responsibility handling more new international campuses, inshallah. We are opening soon in Ghana. Inshallah, been into discussion and also our special officers handling the parents care, and normally they will given a special task, especially helping me in marketing and also the inquiries from the parents. Okay, I think we should announce. I think that's all from me for today. I hope that you, because this one, I think this is, I think we have, sorry, please remove the, we would like to explain more. Inshallah, we will continue to choose next topic, focus on the Montessori subject, inshallah. Before I end, as I promised, I would like to make some announcement, updates regarding on the new campuses for 2024. As you know that we have announced about last 2 weeks, I think about 12 campuses that we have secured. I think we have additional new campuses, Eco Grando, Bandar Putri, Eco Majestic, ICT. This one we have announced earlier. Next one, because I cannot remember, Bandar Technology, Gamuda Gardens, and I think this week the latest is Kelana Jaya SS6. Alhamdulillah, we have secured also Bukit Jalil and Bandar Sunway, meaning that we have secured that we in the process to get the keys, and we know already the location, the exact unit that we are going to rent. These are the confirmed location, but other campuses in our list, as you know that Mutiara Rini, Kota Iskandar, Kluang, actually I already got contacted and in the process of getting the offer letter from the agent. So inshallah, Mutiara Rini, Kota Iskandar and Kluang, we will announce soon the exact location, the exact unit. And also actually Sky Awani, we are in the middle of to get the JMB confirmation because they have the annual meeting. We have sent our proposal to open at the Sky Residence because previously it was another kindergarten. We wanted to continue to operate that, but it's still in the discussion because we're supposed to follow up with them this week, inshallah. And for Cheng also, alhamdulillah, I think we have identified and communicating the agent, and also Bukit Jelutong and Ainsdale, and some campuses. Actually, depending, is not that I don't want not confirmed, it's just I cannot announce the exact unit yet because it's still in the discussion of with the agent. Please make a dua that we can settle this as soon as possible. We hope that we can secure or we can open this campus in January, inshallah. But we have identified 10 campuses that we are not going to open is confirmed because based on our demand form or registered interest. It's not that we are not going to open at all, but maybe not for the January 2024. But inshallah, if let's say we receive a request, we will continue to proceed with these 10 campuses. So this, please can watch this, the 10 campus, Pagoh, Muar, Alor Gajah, Seramajaya. Seramajaya is actually Senawang. But it's just to announce to our parents, you can continue to send your children in Senawang campus because we have secured the extension, meaning that we have the unit near to Senawang campus, which is I think ground below the first floor. The owner, the same owner actually offered us to open or to add on for Senawang campus. So inshallah, Senawang, maybe you can continue to inquire at Senawang campus. Okay, that's all from me for today. Thank you everyone for watching our virtual open day. Inshallah, next week we will continue with Aunty Karisma with the topic of Montessori approach. And I hope you will share this video, or if you cannot watch the entire video or live for today, you can continue to watch this video later, right? Any questions before? If let's say, if you want to ask questions, you can ask. Maybe if you want to ask Coach Fadzil, we can invite Coach Fadzil, but I will try to answer. But if you, or you can drop your questions in the comments, so maybe our team, our admin can reply and try to answer all the questions, right? So Sri Petaling, we are planning to open, but not yet for early January, not yet for January, Shafiq. Because as I mentioned just now, before this, we don't see the interest because we focusing on the registered interest, the numbers who actually registered for that particular location. All right. I think that's all for today. No questions so far. Yeah, but all right, thank you very much. I hope to see everyone next week virtual, or maybe we can continue. Hopefully we can join any of face-to-face open day, but because we are busy with the year-end concert as well. I think that's all for tonight. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum. Jazakallah khair.
Welcome to Brainy Bunch International Islamic Montessori Preschool, where your child's unique journey begins. At Brainy Bunch, we believe in nurturing young minds through the perfect blend of Islamic wisdom and Montessori principles. Our curriculum is tailored to instill a strong Islamic foundation, fostering a sense of identity, compassion, and faith. Coupled with the proven Montessori method, we focus on personalized and child-centered learning. Your child will explore, discover, and develop at their own pace, igniting a lifelong love for learning. Brainy Bunch is more than just a preschool. Our environment is designed to foster creativity, collaboration, and critical thinking. We prepare children not just for school, but for life. Our dedicated and passionate teachers are here to guide and inspire every child, ensuring they be the best version of themselves. Join us at Brainy Bunch International Islamic Montessori Preschool, where your child's brightest future awaits. Contact us today and let your child be the best of themselves.